Hello guys, today we have an important video. We're reacting to more fragrance TikTok. If you guys don't know, fragrance TikTok is the cursed wasteland of fragrance content, and I am on there as well, by the way guys. If you want to follow me, go ahead and do that. Today we have 8 videos from a variety of creators that have all gone viral. They're all at least hundreds of thousands of views, if not millions of views. 8 videos here, let's begin.
This is my 3 most used fragrances from the past year. Number 1, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Intense. This is my absolute go-to summer fragrance. Not really seen anybody who doesn't like this fragrance for summer. You can wear it for school and work. It's so fresh. I highly recommend.
So Light Blue Intense is a gorgeous fragrance. It's one of my most favorite summertime fragrances ever. Like I love this. It's one of my for life fragrances, honestly. But be aware that it's very aquatic, and with aquatic notes, you can get some people with their skin, it smells like rotten egg. So make sure you try Light Blue Intense in department stores before you buy it.
My favorite from Dior. It smells so fresh, fragrant. It's like professional. I really love this fragrance.
Yeah, I always talk about Dior Homme Sport 2021, so it is a fairly new fragrance and more people are still getting to know it, and it's a very good recent safe release from Dior. It is very mass appealing, orange, ambery, woody, a very nice safe blend that's still very handsome and modern, and it lasts a good amount of time as well. And yes, I know it doesn't have orange in a note breakdown, but it smells like an orange fragrance to me.
I know this is going to be really basic, but I am actually a sucker for Versace Eros. Just something about the original formula, the original DNA, just I can't get enough of. I feel so good wearing this.
I feel bad that he feels that he has to warn people saying that it's basic. It's probably from reviewers like myself who love to hate on this fragrance. I do think it's basic, and yes, I will carry on hating actually on it, but it is a sexy fragrance. And to bear this in mind, guys, in our last public reactions video with Mr. Majestic versus Eros versus Ultramal, Eros was the winner. It's still a very mass appealing fragrance.
I have Flame, and everybody said Eros Flame is better than the original, but for some reason I just always drawn to this.
I think they're very safe, frequently used fragrances, and I personally do prefer Flame over the original Eros, but they're both very good and quite similar actually. 32% of people who watch School of Scent are subscribed to us. If you guys want to see our channel grow, to really help us out, click subscribe. Let's get that number to 40%. Thank you.
Excuse me, you like the fragrance?
Yeah, I couldn't help. Is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, you smell really great.
Oh my god, that's like a movie. Wow. Can we meet later?
Well, that was the coldest Jeremy fragrance edit I've ever seen. He is the Rizzler, as they say, and he has pretty much been in every single situation in life. That's just a classic everyday scenario for Jeremy. That's just him. That's him. That's his average life.
Should I get intensely or absolutely? After trying all of the stronger review fragrances, these are definitely the 2 best. Absolutely contains a rum note that smells more niche and it definitely gets attention, but intensely is definitely a safer blind buy.
I may disagree with that. I think probably absolutely is probably the safer blind buy, because intensely is only good for people who love intensely sweet fragrances. It's probably the sweetest flanker out of the Stronger With You line, but overall Stronger With You as a line is very safe. You really can't go wrong with any of their fragrances. Ambery, mainstream, chestnut, vanillic perfumery that's just romantic and easy to wear in the evening times. Absolutely, it's probably my favorite from the line currently. It has that nice rummy, boozy note in there that gives it a bit of complexity. It's elegant, a little bit smoky as well compared to the other fragrances. The original Stronger With You is also really good as well. That's probably a good starting point, and then see which flanker you like from there.
5 cheap fragrances that smell expensive. Lattafa Assad. This is a clone of Dior Sauvage Elixir. Elixir is stronger, it's also a little bit more sexier, but for the price that this one is going, it's really good.
Yeah, Assad is a very good clone. I think it's a 10 out of 10 clone of Sauvage Elixir. It doesn't smell as expensive as Elixir, but it has that same spicy, intense Middle Eastern masculinity of Elixir. Still lasts a good amount of time, and it's less headache inducing than Elixir. That's why I actually kind of prefer wearing it over the original.
Frank Oliver Oud Touch. This one smells like Dior's Oud Ispahan, a very expensive oud fragrance, and it's like 95% the same.
So Oud Touch is a very typical oud and rose fragrance. It's a very classical combination, but it does smell like its price tag. It does smell like a cheaper version of that classic DNA, but it's very good for the price regardless because it's very strongly projecting and very long lasting. So if you want a head turning, probably compliment getting Middle Eastern rose and oud fragrance, Oud Touch is very good. Probably not going to have a similar quality to Oud Ispahan at all. Although I haven't tried Oud Ispahan, to be fair.
Mercedes-Benz Club Black. This smells exactly the same as Arabian Oud Tarteal Silver. I would recommend this one over the Arabian Oud because this projects more and lasts longer.
The issue is Mercedes-Benz Club Black has now apparently been discontinued, so you can't buy it. I haven't tried the other Arabian fragrance he was recommending, but Mercedes-Benz Club Black was very good. If you can get it, it's very good. It's a very safe, reserved evening fragrance. It's vanilla and ambroxan. It's a very mainstream, mass-appealing evening scent. That's very easy to love, very romantic and sexy.
Latafa Amir Al Oud Intense Oud. Now people say that this smells alike by the fireplace. I don't think so. This one is much better.
That sounds very nice. I have heard about this fragrance from Curly before in her other videos, and I do say that By the Fireplace is an acquired taste. For me, it's very intense. It is very smoky, very marshmallowy, and very reminiscent of being by a fireplace. It's a cool idea, but having something that's a more smooth and toned down version of that sounds pretty good actually.
Boucheron Jaipur Homme Eau de Parfum. This is spicy and soapy and you definitely smell the cardamom in here. This is amazing.
These sounds like really good suggestions. Jaipur Homme Eau de Parfum sounds very nice. Let me see the notes. So it's very highly rated on Fragrantica. If you look at the note breakdown on screen, so Curly said there was cardamom in here. It says there's cinnamon and nutmeg, so it's still a spicy fragrance, and it seems like it's probably one of those classical aromatic fragrances that is very citrus based and will probably has longevity if it's an eau de parfum. Yeah, Fragrantica says it's long lasting. It's probably very masculine, a little bit old school style. That's what I've heard from the Jaipur line of fragrances. They're quite masculine, old school scents. I might be wrong. So this sounds like a fragrance that sounds quite sexy, spicy, warm, balanced, and it's good if you're a more mature gentleman. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from this. I need to try this now that Curly's put me onto it.
Alright guys, should you buy Ultramil or Le Male Parfum?
Stop right there. Why did we have to do the butt thing? Why? Why is it so close to my face? Like, come on, man.
In my personal opinion, you cannot go wrong with either of these fragrances. They both last super long and project like crazy, and Ultramil has some really nice pear and vanilla notes. But my favorite is Le Male Parfum. It's just a darker, more woodier, with lavender. It's so good.
So I do think you can go wrong because both of these fragrances have very different applications to them. Ultramil is very youthful and extremely sweet. So you have to like intensely sweet fragrances that don't really go in any other direction. It knows what it's trying to be. It's very narrow in its focus. Le Male Parfum, I think, is a bit more sophisticated, more mature, and more complex. It has some animalic notes in there. It has at least iris in here. It's got this beautiful lavender and cardamom combination that creates this very romantic and handsome scent profile. I will agree both of them are fantastic performers, but I would say Le Male Parfum takes the win for me. I think it's a better fragrance than Ultramil. What do you guys think? Which one would you choose?
You want to be complimented 24/7 on how you smell. I'm going to give you 3 colognes that I think anybody on the planet will say, you smell pretty good right now. Number 3, Versace Eros.
Again, Versace Eros, I know this creator likes it, fair enough. It probably will get you compliments. I've worn this on dates, I've worn this going out casually. It's a good fragrance.
Number 2, one I don't see too much, Mont Blanc Explorer, man. I was obsessed with this fragrance when I first got it. First fragrances that I just absolutely fell in love with. I've not really found anything else that matches the way Mont Blanc Explorer smells.
The Mont Blanc Explorer, yes, I would say it is a clone of Creed Aventus, but I kind of agree. It's a unique clone in a way. That's a bit of a paradox, but there's no other clone that smells quite like a Mont Blanc Explorer. It has this thick woodiness to it. I think it's agate carla wood is the note breakdown that gives it this thick, handsome, very professional, reserved office kind of vibe to the fragrance. So if you want like a reserved, average performing office-esque clone of Aventus, go for Explorer. I don't really like it on my skin, but I've smelled it on other guys. I've gifted it to my friends, for example, and on other people's skin, it actually smells better than it does on my own. So it really depends on your skin chemistry. I think the way you'll get compliments is basically how well does it work with you and your skin chemistry.
And one I keep getting compliments with all the time recently, Azzaro Most Wanted. It is worth the hype, boys. It smells divine. Countless compliments, long lasting. All you need is like 5 sprays. One of the most ideal fragrances for any young man out there.
Did he just say 5 sprays? You don't need that much of Azzaro the Most Wanted. He was like, yeah, not that much, like 5 sprays. That's quite a lot, bro, for a fragrance that's strong. I would personally go 3, even 2 sprays. I got compliments with this before from a sample. When I first sampled this fragrance with 2 sprays. It's a very sexy fragrance. It's like toffee, balanced, sexy, fun, musky. Those are the adjectives that come to my mind. It's definitely similar to a Stronger With You, absolutely. So I don't think you need to own both. Get one or the other. This is like the more fun and casual and simplified version of Stronger With You, absolutely. So get that fragrance if you want like a nice evening reserved date night scent, and then Azzaro the Most Wanted is probably better for clubbing.
Here's the best fragrances for every occasion. If you're a young lad in school looking for something cheap, Coach Blue is a great option. Very fresh, smells like fresh limes. Or you could go with Prada Luna Rosa Carbon. This is a great Dior Sauvage alternative for about half the price.
Yeah, I haven't tried Coach Blue, but Coach fragrances generally didn't impress me. I tried the original and Platinum. They both weren't the best. Coach Blue probably is a safe fragrance, but it probably doesn't last long. I think that's the issue with Coach fragrances. It seems that they don't have the best performance, but Prada Luna Rosa Carbon, fantastic suggestion. A clean, elegant version of Sauvage, in my opinion. It's not exactly a clone, but it's sort of like Prada's take on Sauvage, and it's long lasting. It's good for young guys.
If you work in the office or you want to give off some boss vibes, you can go with something cheap and affordable like Jet Black Reserve by Michael Malone. This has a very strong, bold kind of flavor to it. Or you can go with an absolute staple. One of my favorite masculine boss office type vibes is Acqua di Gio's Profumo.
That's a fantastic suggestion. Out of the entire Acqua di Gio line, definitely Profumo is the most appropriate for the office. It is darker, more serious, and more mature, but still inoffensive. It's a very safe DNA with a nice twist from that flanker. It's a really good release, and it lasts a long time.
If you're playing sports or doing anything outside in the heat, one of the best fragrances all time for hotter weather, Acqua di Gio's Profondo. This is an amazing, fresh, citric, aquatic fragrance, mass appealing. If you're going on a yacht, you're going on a boat, you're going to the pool, down by the beach, your best option is going to be Mancera Cedrat Boise. Super fresh, super citrusy.
That's quite ironic. I actually think it would have worked better the other way around. I think if you're going just for outdoorsy fun, Cedrat Boise does it for you because it's woody, intense, masculine, and musky. But then if you're going to the gym, then I would actually say that Profundo would be better, or the gym or beach, I think he said. So I think Profundo actually works better in that scenario. I think he's sponsored by Armani because he's basically just saying all the different Acqua di Gio flankers, but for different scenarios in your life, basically. I'm kidding about the sponsorship thing. It's a joke, guys. I'm not being serious.
The top 5 best fragrances for a teenager.
Wait a minute. What do I see there? Is that an Atrium fragrance release at the very top, next to Sauvage and Lucky? Very nice. Very nice. I definitely approve. I wonder why.
When I was a teenager, the first cologne I ever bought was Versace Eros Eau de Parfum, and I think you should buy this one too. It's sweet, it's fresh, apple, mint, vanilla, sweet and sexy. You can't go wrong with this.
Oh my god, how many times is this fragrance going to feature in this video?
Nautica Voyage. I always trash on this fragrance, so why is it here? Well, because it is only 20 bucks. Name me a better fragrance for 20 bucks.
Depending on the time that you buy it, I would say Mont Blanc Legend Spirits. A lot of people say it's an expensive fragrance, but you really have to wait for that fragrance to go down in price, and you get a really good discount on it, and you get it for a similar price to Nautica Voyage. Just maybe a tiny bit more expensive, but that would be my alternative to Nautica Voyage. I'm with him. I don't like this fragrance. I think it's way too overhyped. It can work for teenagers, but Mont Blanc Legend Spirit is my suggestion, the better alternative. And yes, of course, Eros does work for teenagers as well. I say the Eau de Toilette of Eros rather than the Eau de Parfum, personally.
The next best fragrance for a teenager is another budget option, Mercedes-Benz Club Black. This is perfect for the winter. It's a very vanilla-heavy fragrance. Girls probably love this on guys, and it just smells really, really nice.
Okay, that's another time I've seen this fragrance feature in these reactions. Let me see, is Benz Club Black still around? Oh, look at that. On Latino, I'm seeing it for £42. So actually, maybe it's not discontinued. Maybe I've been tricked and bamboozled once more. I keep getting, these rumors in the fragrance community. This is what happens in the fragrance community, guys. You need to check your sources. When people say a fragrance is discontinued, there's probably an 80% chance that it's definitely not discontinued. This is the issue with people just spread these rumors around, and it seems like, no, it's not discontinued, guys. So go grab yourself a deal. It's a very good, safe, simple, almost boozy smelling amber, vanilla, and Broxen fragrance to get for the evening time. There we go. It's still there. I still recommend it.
Another fantastic fragrance for teenagers just getting into collecting, Coach for men. This is a lavender aromatic scent. It's very, very basic, but sometimes that's what you want. You can just spray this on for school. You won't offend anyone.
So yeah, again, I wasn't a fan of the original Coach for Men. I would say that Prada Luna Rosa Carbon is probably still the better suggestion, or actually maybe Cool Water Intense, which is a very affordable, cheap blue shower gel scent that teenagers can rock.
As a teenager, it is great to have a fragrance that works well for special occasions. Get Cologne EDL Eau de Parfum. Maybe you're a little bit more mature, you could definitely pull this off. It is leather, cherry, almond. It smells absolutely beautiful.
So I pretty much agree with most of his choices. I'm not sure if I agree with L'Homme Idéal Eau de Parfum. That's quite a mature and sophisticated blend. It's cherry, almond, leathers, powdery, sweet, but it has an intensity that I don't think every teenager will appreciate. But off the top of my head, it's difficult to think of a fragrance that is appropriate for a teenager to wear on a special occasion. Maybe I would say, okay, you can go for the original Stronger With You. That's a very safe choice. Or if you want the Omar Insider Secret Special, I would say go for Alexandria Fragrances 1981X. If you're a teenager watching this, consider that as your special occasion fragrance, because that is a very good but very affordable clone of Xerjoff's Naxos. Naxos is probably too mature for teenagers. 1981X kind of simplifies it, makes it a little bit more casual, so overall making it appropriate for teenagers to wear. Try it out, guys. And that concludes this video, guys. I think this rendition of this series actually wasn't too cursed. I think the content has been very reasonable, and there's been some very good suggestions here. What do you guys think? Do you guys like to watch short form content on fragrances? Do you guys like to watch TikTok? What do you guys think of the platform? If you guys haven't already, check out our previous part on fragrance TikTok. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.